What's up, traders? I hope you guys are doing great. So quick one today, we'll be looking at quick market breakdown. Also be looking at possible scenario where FOMC might be taking price to. So let's start off from the monthly time frame on DXY. So now looking at the monthly time frame on DXY, we can categorically say that the market is bullish. So looking at it here, I'm looking at price coming in to run out 1.500 at this level here. That's where the liquidity is sitting for now. So now, having identified where the liquidity is sitting on monthly time frame, let's quickly run down to weekly time frame. So now, coming into weekly time frame, we have this point here where the market sets up a low, tries to kind of fill up this liquidity area here, but failed, rallied higher. So I'm picking up my range starting off from this point to this point, and if you pick up your range starting off from this point to this point, you see that we have a drawing liquidity here, which is sort of an internal range liquidity for me. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting this price now to continue moving lower until it taps into this liquidity area. Then this is where I'm expecting to see that shift of structure, seeing DXY rallying higher. So now looking at it, now we are into a new week. So now, which also serves to be the NFP week and also FOMC. So today we'll be seeing the Fed rates today. So we're expecting the Fed to actually hike the rate by 75 base point. So now, if that should actually happen, I'm expecting to see some kind of sharp drop from DXY, probably profiling it to fall into this level and probably continue from next week. I want to see DXY rallying higher. So now looking at this, now we have our previous week's high, we have our previous week low, and if you can see now, it's that DXY is still trading within the range of the previous week high and the previous week low. So until we have a clear breakout above this level, then we are going higher. So if we don't have a clear breakout above that level, if we have a breakout below this level, then automatically we are going lower. So there is no actually way to know which way the market is going to be going. So all we're going to be waiting for is to see the market giving us a clear direction. So the market is somehow trapped now, so we want to see price breaking above this level to show that okay, yeah, we're ready to go higher. I want to see price breaking below this level to show that yeah, we want to go lower. So now looking up from the weekly time frame, I want to see price go lower. Yeah, I'm looking at to see can price go lower. So that's basically what I'm looking out for here. So now let's now look at daily time frame. I'm not expecting price to continue higher, but if peradventure price should break above previous week high, then I'll be expecting price to do or continue printing of high prices. So now let's quickly look at daily time frame here. So now looking into daily time frame here, you guys will see that there is sort of a trend line. The market has actually been respecting for a long while. At this point here, keep on, it texted it. Here we have some kind of fake out and it's pushed higher again. So now at this point now, I called up this level on the channel that when price was here, I was expecting price to do to push lower, run out this low here and trade higher. So we all witnessed this price get to this level and failed to go lower and pushed higher. So now what am I expecting here now? So now if you sit down to study this structure very well, you would agree with me that okay, fine, when we created this higher, we came back to create a higher low here, which did not validate this. Now we went higher and failed to break this high. So this is more like a shift of structure. Now then we had the market pushing lower to invalidate this particular low here. So now as far as market fails to go above this particular high here, so I'm actually working with this based on refined level on 4 hours. But as soon as market fails to go above this high here, we are still bearish. So what am I expecting? So now since the particular low here, which turns out to be a key low here on daily, has been broken, so I'm expecting price to do what, giving us some kind of sort of what, deep retracement into premium price, then expand lower. So I'm looking at price coming back to do what, to clear this sell side liquidity here, then probably trade off anywhere around this region. So this is basically what I'm looking out for here on daily time frame. So now if we sit here on daily time frame now to check up this using our Fibonacci tool, so I would want to draw up from this level here. So now you would agree with me that DXY is currently trading at around 50% Fibonacci level. So there are chances that it might still come up a little bit to probably around this premium price, but as long as we're still sitting around there, we fail to break this high, so we are still bearish. So now looking into today, which is already FOMC day, so I want to see some kind of sort of reaction to push DXY lower. So what is the psychology behind it? The psychology behind this is that trend line traders, as the majority have already bought off this region, expecting price to go higher. So we want to bet against them. So we want to see price trying to do what? Liquidate them all. So when we liquidate them all, then that's where we want to see price change direction and start printing off high price. So this is just the psychology behind smart money concepts to retail concept. It all works. It's just the psychology behind them. So now looking off 4 hours time frame. So now you would agree with me that we're actually on a bearish flow here on 4 hours. So you see we had market running out liquidity here, taking out structure, coming back to this liquidity area, picking up liquidity. There was a first break of structure here, market tried retracing here. So I think as of here I was giving updates here. I wanted to see price trading of around 62%, but price decided to drop aggressively for here. So now if I'm taking up my Fibonacci here, I want to draw from this particular height to this particular. So if I draw from this now, you see that we are currently trading around 50%. So I would want to see price come in. I want to see price come into this particular level before we do what? We drop. So this is basically what I would want to see in DX. So I want to see price go up a little bit before we drop. So now based on that, now we have this particular liquidity area here, which price traded off yesterday. We had some kind of first sell here, and you see they ended up pushing back higher. So now what am I looking out for here today? So what I'm looking out for here is just pretty simple. Push higher a little bit, right? Some kind of trap some longs then before we go lower. So now let's go of 1 hour time frame here. So now looking into 1 hour time frame here, let's see. So we had here Monday, we have here Tuesday. So if you look very close here within Monday and Tuesday, you agree with me that this market has been consolidating. So this is typical NFP week for you, and owing for the fact that we have FOMC today, which is likely going to make the market to do what? To expand. So now Monday Tuesday has already consolidated. So two things is involved here. Is either we have this first expansion to the wrong direction, then we stock up to the downside, right? Or we do what? Or we expand to the downside straightforward and stuff of that nature. So this is basically it is. So I'm still pretty bearish on DXY unless when we do what? We go above this high. So I think I might have to just adjust this now and bring it down to somewhere here. I want to bring it up to somewhere here. So now until DXY goes above 113.600, I am not gonna consider bullish DXY. So I'm pretty bearish on DXY. So we have this sitting here as liquidity. We have this as liquidity. So DXY might want to stick for this liquidity before you do its push lower. So now basically for me, this is what I'm expecting here on DXY. So we have Monday and Tuesday consolidated. So we want to be looking at tomorrow, which is Wednesday, to probably do what? Push higher then before we see price getting lower. So now this, since we already understood where DXY is going to, just mirroring it, the opposite of it is what we expect GBP USD and Euro USD are likely go to do. So let's just dive into GBP USD immediately. So now looking at GBP USD here, I don't know why my network is slow. So looking at GBP USD here, let's look at monthly time frame immediately. Let's look at monthly time frame. So now looking into monthly time frame here, we could see that GBPUSD is on what, on a bearish flow. We see market has been on this huge consolidation for a while, then we saw this expansion leading to break of structure. So now if you look at this from monthly time frame, you will see that the market is what, bearish. Then looking at how previous month closed, so now we will be expecting the market to continue on its bearish flow. So let's quickly look at weekly time frame here. So coming into weekly time frame here, I have a lot of markup here, pardon me. So now looking at this weekly time frame here, I have my previous high here and I have my previous low here. So if you take off your Fibonacci, you figure out that okay, price is trading around 62%, so which we'll be expecting price to do, or to continue going lower. So this is just simple basic price action. Market has been making lower lows, lower high. Currently we are trading here, so definitely we'll be expecting market to do what, push lower. So now looking at this area here, this is my weekly mitigation area. So now looking up this, now you see that previous week left a volume imbalance here. So what am I expecting? So I'm expecting price to dip down into here, then do what, push aggressively higher into the what, mitigation area. Then we have price to continue doing what, going lower for the year. So this is basically what I'm looking out for on GBPUSD on a weekly time frame, on a long run. So I want to see GBPUSD push down into this area, then take up some buy momentum before we go higher. So let's look at daily time frame quickly. So now looking at daily time frame quickly here, so now I'm expecting price now. So okay, firstly, if you watch now, you see that price traded off from this particular level here. You see we have a low here, we have a higher low here, another level here, higher low. So if you study daily time frame very well, you see that market has been what, printing some kind of what, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's say for instance now let me draw this now. So let's say, let me do this now. So you agree with me that market has been what, making higher highs, higher low. So now what are we expecting here? Now we want to expect market to do what, dump down into this region and do what, push higher. So this is exactly what I'm looking out for here on GBPUSD. So now we have market breaking structure here, we have our order block here, we have our previous week psychological support and resistance here. So for the fact that GU did not go below the low of this, that's around 1.12500, I'm pretty bullish on GBPUSD. So all I'm looking at GBPUSD is that I want to see GBPUSD dump down into this area. So if GBPUSD dump down into this area, I want to see it create that movement forward, higher prices. So I'm expecting this now to occur within this week. So I want to see GBPUSD trading off into this region today before the FOMC. If GBPUSD can trade into this other block before the FOMC, I will be longing GBPUSD here to do what, to target this high here, which is about 280 pips. So this is basically what I'm looking at for GBPUSD on daily time frame. So let's quickly look at 4 hours time frame. So now looking into 4 hours time frame here, so as of when I updated the channel earlier yesterday, I said GBPUSD is not yet traded into my zone. This is my point of interest, which is previous week's psychological support and resistance. So what's my objective, or what was my motive here? So if you look at this now, you would quickly see that GBPUSD is printing some kind of bearish flow here on 4 hours. So now as of this point, GBPUSD was somewhere around there. So I was saying this, I was like, okay, I want to see GBPUSD breaking above this high so that I can get the graph that okay, fine, we don't want to dump into this level, we want to just continue going higher. So this is just it. So now if you watch now, you see that market trade off this level and up. So now what am I expecting? Very, very, very simple, no big ways about that. So now since we have this now, we traded up into this area and we dumped. So now same scenario here, I want to see GBPUSD now not breaking this high again. I want to sell during London section tomorrow morning into this region. So when we are into this region, and that's where during New York today I will be expecting price to do what, consolidate into this area and probably rally higher. So it's very simple. We can also look at it this way. If you are just normal trade night trader, it's still the same thing, still the same psychology. So you see walk into this region and do what and push higher. So all still work the same, so no big ways about that. So now this is just it, so I'm expecting GBPUSD to dump into what 1.18500, and around 1.18500 I'll be expecting GBPUSD to pick up some buy momentum and push higher. So let's quickly look at 1 hour time frame. So coming into 1 hour time frame, we already have our level here. So we have our level here. So we want to see what price is going to do around 1.15200. so as far as we keep on staying below 1.15200, so I'll be expecting price to do what, drop in from 1.15200 here, which is here, down into this region, which is potential 150 pip during London section. So tomorrow is today is going to be looking to be an amazing day. Sorry guys, I'm actually doing this video late at night, so that's why I keep on saying tomorrow while we're already in a D-Day. So now let's quickly look at Euro USD. I think that's it for GBPUSD. Let's quickly look at Euro USD. So now let's start off from Euro USD monthly time frame. So now looking at Euro USD monthly time frame, we can categorically say that the order flow is what, bearish. We could see that market has been trending for a while. We had this expansion here. So now let's look at weekly time frame here. So now looking into weekly time frame here, I think earlier day I said Euro USD is a little bit what is trading on what, on premium price. So and what I mean by premium price is that price is already what, overbought. How is it overbought? If you draw your trend line here down from up here down to here, you see that we are trading above 50% level, and if we are trading above 50% level, it's very easy to say what price should do what, drop down. So now since I've seen this and I'm expecting dollar to do what, to sell for a while, so that was why I said okay, Euro USD chart is a little bit complicated for now. So now looking at this weekly time frame here, so now all you can see here is that Euro USD is trading around this premium price, which signals that Euro USD should do what, sell. So now coming into this region here now on daily time frame here, so now on daily time frame we have this liquidity area here, which I was expecting Euro USD to react on, which it failed to react on. So now for me now, as far as Euro USD stays above this level here, as far as Euro USD stays above this level here, then we are pretty bullish for a while. So now as far as Euro USD stays above this level, we are pretty what, bullish. So we might see some sort of probably dropping down into this level there. We have some kind of buy power into somewhere around this region, then before we do what, we dump. So this is basically what I'm looking at for Euro USD. I'm looking at Euro USD not necessarily gaining that much momentum, but I'm not expecting it to start dumping off immediately. So you can see if we could connect these levels here, if we can connect this level here, then you could see now that okay, majority of persons now will be looking to buy Euro USD off this level because it's a trend line. So now if majority of people are definitely going to be looking to buy, so we'll be expecting it to have some kind of bullish power before we have the dump. So what matters is that we understood the psychology behind the market and we know how we are playing around with all this. So let's quickly look at 4 hours. So now looking into 4 hours today, so now you could see that Euro USD traded off our psychological area today, yesterday, pardon me, and did what, and dumped aggressively. This was what, a huge dumped aggressively, 83 pips. So now what's the brain behind this? Now you could see we have some sort of consolidation here, expansion, retracement, and that. So there's this. So we had market was consolidating all through this period. Then on Monday we had market expanding. Yesterday being Tuesday, we had market retracing into the what, consolidation area, and just did what, rejected off and expanded. So now basically for me now, I will be expecting market to do what, retrace a little bit into this 0.999990, then we dump. So this is basically what, so I have this 0.98 around this region. I think this potential 100 pips trade, so I'm expecting Euro USD to give us a potential 100 pip drop by London section today. So I'm expecting Euro USD to give us what, a potential 100 pip drop. So I want to see Euro USD dumping from this region. So what are we looking at for here now? We are looking at Euro USD what, trading off this liquidity area here. So we're looking at Euro USD trading off this liquidity area here. So we have our liquidity area already. So all we just wanted to see is euro USD playing around this and we dump. So very easy, no two ways about that. So if euro USD could trade off this area and dump, I'll be looking to take my profit here. So while price gets here, I'll be taking profit to expect market to do what? To accumulate for long position. So this is basically what I'm looking at for euro. So let's quickly go into 1 hour time frame. So now looking into 1 hour here, there's nothing much here we're looking at for. So let me do a brief recap of how I caught the long we took actually today on the channel. We took yesterday on the channel. So you see here we had a structure here, market broke the structure. So that was why I said, okay, fine, can we have market doing what? Retracing off into the structure area where market broke, and market indeed came down there. So we are actually risking not less than 15 pips here. I think it was 15 pips here, and we use that to cut 1:2 trade. So this is actually what? 1:2, 30 something pips. So 1:2 point something. So it's actually a nice trade before the market reversed and dumped aggressively. So this is it about euro USD. That's it about euro USD. So let's quickly look at gold, why we call it up a day. So now I'll start off from gold's monthly time frame. So looking into gold monthly time frame, so we could see that gold has actually been on a bearish flow for a very long while here. Now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 months, gold has actually been on a bearish flow. So now let's look at weekly time frame here. So coming into weekly time frame here, we could see how gold broke up this structure here. So anticipated price, when gold broke up the structure here, anticipated price retraces back into above 50% level and did what? Expanded lower. So now looking at it all from weekly time frame, now we have our bearish candle here engulfing a bullish candle here now. So now what this automatically entails or tells us is that what we are expecting gold to do, what? Drop down into this low here, which is 1613,350, to do what? Clear it. So let's look into daily time frame here. So we are pretty bearish on gold here. We're pretty bearish on gold, looking up from higher time frame. So now coming up to this level, remember our primary objective is to sell gold. Primary objective is to do what? Sell gold off down to 1614, let's say 1613,350. Let's just take it that way. So now looking at daily time frame here, when we look at daily time frame here, we have this particular liquidity area here. We have this particular internal range liquidity area here, which I wanted to see gold trading into, then having it to drop down to this particular distance. So now what was my perspective on this now? So my perspective on this is that, okay, fine, are we having some sort of consolidation? Then can we consolidate and rally higher to take liquidity inside the range, then before we do what? We dump. So this is basically what I'm looking at for here on gold on daily time frame. So let's look at 4 hours. I think the PA is a little bit clearer on 4 hours. So now looking into 4 hours here, I already sent my mentees this setup here. So now we have price here running out liquidity, breaking structure. We came back here, we never tapped into this region, we went higher again, created this high, then we started creating some kind of bearish flow here. We came back here, created some sort of liquidity. Then I think I drew off this zone from 1 hour. I drew off this zone from 1 hour. So now I had this zone here. So that was how I was able to call this trade, which gave actually 240 pips of profit. So now I had this zone here 1 hour marked out. So market traded off from this zone. So now if you look at this now, you see that market traded into what? Another liquidity area and got rejected. So now price got rejected. You could see that how the market, the sellers engulfed the buyers. So what am I expecting on gold here? So what I'm actually expecting is to see probably if market might do what? Dump. I wanted to see if market could dump back to this particular liquidity area. So if market could dump back into this liquidity area, so there are chances that we might pick up the remaining buy that have not been done from this liquidity area. So it's not I don't know, but this is basically what I'm looking out for. So if this does not work, so what am I looking out for? So if you look at this region here, you see we have also this liquidity here which is holding price. So now if I have price now coming this morning now, breaking up above this level during the London section, then I would expect gold to continue printing higher, or expect gold to continue prayer. So now this is basically what I'm seeing here. So dependent, it's all dependent on what gold does here. So coming into this thing, if gold could break down to this low here, if gold could break down low, then I'll be looking to short gold into this region here before looking for opportunity to buy. So this, from this region down to this region, just potential 180 pips. So if gold breaks above this level, then I'll be looking for opportunities to long. So now that's just basically what I'm looking out for gold here. I don't have a particular direction on gold. I'm just, because the market is some sort kind of consolidating, so it's ranging. So I'm waiting for the market to show me actually where it's heading to. So this what we have here, this is the insight we have for you guys.